Number 6, Oregon. The Oregon Ducks went up to number 3, Penn State. They took that white out at night to the chin, and they won double overtime, 30-24. I just want to say welcome to the national stage, Dante Moore. I don't think everyone, kind of knew his name just yet. They should now. He was 29 for 39, 248 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in one of the most savage, home environments in college football. The stadium pulse was going nuts. He was able to get a game-winning touchdown to Gary Bryant Jr. on the first play of the second overtime. I think that just shows so much mental discipline to be able to do something like that in that, environment. Even though this game was being played in Beaver Stadium, a different animal comes to mind when I think of this game, and that is the groundhog. As in, it feels like we're in Groundhog Day, and we keep seeing the same story for James Franklin play out over and over again, each year, sometimes multiple times a year. James Franklin is now 4-21 against top 10. I also want to highlight Oregon's defense. I think that's a huge unit that led to the outcome of this game. Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, the 2 running backs for Penn State, best duo in America, in my opinion. They combined for only 75 yards on 23 carries. So that's less than 3.5 yards a carry. This is against an Oregon defense that was gashed for nearly 300 rushing yards in the Big Ten championship game last year against the same team. So they put on a defensive clinic. Plus, they won. Oregon won on a defensive play by getting an interception on Drew Aller's first pass in the second overtime. So, big story of the game. Obviously, Dan Lanning, his history as a defensive coordinator. Obviously, he puts a lot of emphasis on defense, and they showed out they showed out in this game in order to seal that win. Although the running backs on Penn State side, they had their performance. It is what that was. The running back on Oregon side, or at least one of them, De'Aaron Hill Jr., the true freshman that we talked about in the last episode, he gave Oregon a healthy, 82 yards on 10 carries, 8.2 yards a carry, plus a receiving touchdown. So that's a great addition. It shows great depth for Oregon, especially as the Big Ten, kind of grind is ramping up. So that's great to see on Oregon's side. Looking ahead, Penn State is at UCLA and then Northwestern at home. So they have a couple weeks to, kind of get back right. But in a few weeks after that, they go to Ohio State and then they host Indiana, which is now looking like a huge matchup, right? So their margin for error, especially with this home loss, is very slim. When we're thinking about what their goals are for the end of the season. So I wanted to ask you, Aaron, where do you see Penn State in the pecking order, whether it's in the Big Ten or the national landscape? Where do you see them ending their season? Yeah.
Sure. So you kind of, foreshadowed to how they do again in those big time conference games, with, their head coach's record in those big time games. I see them, potentially making the playoffs. They'll probably go 10-2. Maybe lose another big game. I don't know if they have Ohio State or Indiana on the schedule. They'll drop one. And I think I see them making the college football playoffs and having a first round exit. I don't know what it is, but they can't find that elevation to get past that top tier level, but execute to a national championship level. They can't seem to win those big games, even at home. So, yeah, that's where I got them right now.
Yeah, makes sense.